shit. The genies were magicians. And they called one of the genie by itself is a genie. That's it. They could grant wishes because they control desire of the heart. It's just that simple. And the desire is the fire that they control. Tina Marie, Rick James, Fire and Desire. McCullen is also one of the names from the Orisha or the Irish. Everybody from the land, on the land, is related. It's not if we all related. We all related, except for the invaders. But we even related to them now, because we amalgamated with the invaders too, because they tried to steal our birthright using amalgamation and misdirection as the method, but it didn't work, because we know who we is. The Hawkins is it's a tribal totem of the hawk, right? The burrow was the tribal totem of the ass. And the ones whose last name was Burroughs, they clan's responsibility was to transport large quantities of basically the moving company. The Porter family used to be the ones who controlled the waterways coming into land, the ports. The Porters were the ones who loaded and unloaded ships. And they also traveled on trains. That was a family business, so to speak. So once your family, like let's say the blacksmiths, they got iron. Anybody that's into any kind of smelting fall under the blacksmith. So let's say you are a gold smelter and you a goldsmith. The oldest of the two is the blacksmith. So the blacksmith can honor or dishonor a goldsmith's position based off their skill set. So let's say that a goldsmith come to town, but he have no relatives that can okay him to become a certified goldsmith in his land. He can go to the blacksmith. The blacksmith who got a leader, a tribal leader, can validate him. Because he's an older clan, he can validate the goldsmith as a smelter once he see his work. So he got to show him what he can do, and then he can say, this is a goldsmith for real. He a real goldsmith. Now, he not going to write this shit down nowhere, but he going to introduce you to the family. That's enough. We ain't write that shit down. We introduced you to the family. Now, Big Mama wrote it in the book. We call it the Book of Life, but Big Mama got it in the book. It's in her book. The Clay family were potters. They also related to the Potters. The Holmes family were drop the L. Tell me what y'all did. The Holmes family were Holmes family, which means they were realtors on the land. That means that each Big Mama in each area had somebody come from the Holmes family in order to show us the new home designs that's on the market, how we build our homes, the material. And Big Mama call in somebody in her family and say, this is the homes you're studying under so we can build these houses. So the Walker clan were nomads. That's why they called walkers, because they was walking everywhere they went. Now remember, I'm not gonna have them all on top of my head right now. So the ones that I do, I'm just spitting them out. I'm trying to get to the end of the question so I could wrap this shit up. Black Panther is the totem animal for the priesthood on the land to recover the land from the enemy. Period. And the worst motherfucker that they don't ever want to call is what they call the Gorilla Clan, the Congo Clan. And the Congo over here is called the Mississippi Basin. We Mississippians. You don't have to find all your family origins. You're gonna have a family reunion on the flip side of this shit, and you're gonna automatically know where to go. Yeah, so look, I gotta get off here. I gotta go in here and talk to my little brother. So you're right. He said, I keep telling people they have banks still kept in their name connected to those credit lines. And the Social Security number is the bank account number, what they call an international bank number, minus the hyphens, and you can check, and you will blow your own self back when you find out how much you got in your personal account. Yeah, so I think I uncovered for the most part. So the theme of this is they ain't tricking us no more. Class has been in session. We done told these motherfuckers that we know who we is and where our shit at. Now, when I go back over the culture with Dane Calloway, whenever he reach out to me, I'm gonna tell him exactly where the record's at and what he's supposed to do is degree it. He don't need to be approved by nobody but us. All we got to do is say we agree. That's it. That's how we roll. So I'm gonna wrap it up from here. And I wish these comments would have saved in here because y'all got some good comments in here. Oh, he brought up the Wilmington Massacre. Anytime they tell you your family was wiped out in the massacre, it means either two things. Either your family is the family that's the imposter stealing somebody's birthright, or they stealing your birthright. We know who we are. So this gives you that take you a long way. Right? So with that, I'm looking here, somebody got some questions in here. The Graysons, those who are from the Grayson line or gray line, come out of the cold weather. That's called being on the gray. They normally ran lighthouses. So I'm gonna wrap this one up. I'm gonna save it. I'm surprised I was able to get this much in, and I'm gonna make sure it's saved though, so y'all can come back to it. All right. So peace. Tell them all we ain't come on no ships. We not buying the bullshit, and we out of here. We taking our shit back. That's just simple as that. Yeah. All right, fam. So I hope I was of some service and some help to y'all.
Bro, by God.
Hey, Rob, we live right now, man. Let me click this on. All right, there you go. Let me get this thumbnail and get them set up in the building, man. We live with the legendary brother Rod Hayes, man. It's about to get cracking up in this joint. And I found other pictures to go along with, like more pictures to go along with the stuff you got. Like I got your stuff already lined up so we can go through that. And then I got other pictures that go along with the stuff that you that from your other files. I just slid them to that file. It'll be in correlation to what you're saying. So we didn't want to give them a harsh title because they cover that niggas, man.
Oh, we already know.
They got at the brother Black Magic for a tape that wasn't even. I don't see how they flagged the tape
because it went through the YouTube server. If it had been on the straight Patreon, they wouldn't have been able to do it.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro.
Yeah, that was real BS.
Number one channel out here putting in work, and they, you know, and I know. So
that's why they come out. This is one of the number one channels.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. They get to our people like he got like over 300,000 subscribers. So like if that shit get out, you'd have put that tape. That shit would have been crazy.
Well, we already got the information out.
Yeah. Hey, I got that thumbnail loaded up on, and we're gonna be posting the brother Rod Hayes Cash App and the links. If you and we're gonna pin it if you want to get down and show the brother some love because we about to get this shit cracking. We about to unleash the cracking, man. Let me switch to this laptop that we could go. I got everything set up. We got 90 people in here so far. 101. We'll give them a couple more minutes to get in here. I'm almost set up.
Yeah, give a couple more minutes.
Yeah, get set up. Get your popcorn. You know, load it up on your big screen in your living room. You know, we're about to get ready. Like, class is in session. We all, you know how we get there. Class is in session. Hold on, let me switch to this. There we go. Oh yeah, I know you better go in on this joint. Hold on, let me share my screen. Oh, I'm gonna make you the host too. So if you want to share your screen, you're gonna be able to share your screen too, though. If you want to so you didn't do that, you'll be good.
Well, let's just hope I don't have to.
Yeah, you might not have to. I can do all of it on my end, but like if it's something that, you know, we got to crack a code or something, you know what I'm saying? I know your file start right here. We'll give them a couple more minutes to get in this joint before we get cracking this joint. Oh yeah.
If you notice, most of the references I sent you this time is books.
Yeah. Some of them I got. Some of the book. I got the white server too. I think the North Carolina joint. That's the one that 12 told me to order.
Look, one of my history teachers in junior high school was the first one to tell me that pale skins was the slaves before the so-called African American. So I told him he was lying. She teaches in junior. So then he came and showed me a couple of different books that wasn't curriculum. He said, this is not a secret. You say you just don't know because they don't want you to know. I was going to a 99.5% Caucasian school. So when he said it.
In Chicago?
No.
Oh.
This was in Grand Rapids. It was right outside Grand Rapids at a place called Wyoming Park.
Oh, yeah.
I went to an all-pale school for elementary in Grand Rapids. And then we moved to Pontiac, and it was a mixed school. And then when I got to junior high school, my mom would send me to go live with my sister in Wyoming, Michigan. So I could go to school over there because I was getting in trouble in school down here. So that's what made me go to school up there. I only went for like long enough to play football. Football season was over. I was moving back home. But he was the first one to tell me about him. And then when I did my own research, LeBron Bennett mentioned him in Before the Mayflower. Being coming over here
as indentured servants and bond servants, which mean a slave, when they first came. Who do you think the Pilgrims was?
Right.
How do you think they paid for their way over here if they was poor and destitute, as they told us?
Right. Right.
They promised the indentured servants services to the ones who brought them over here, and the ones who came over as bond servant came over because their so-called master got kicked out.
Yeah.
So we're gonna just be looking at the covers of these books so that the people listening can do their own research and find out that exactly what I'm telling you. I know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
The paddy wagon used to be to round up the Irish that escaped from their servitude. If they came over and didn't honor the contract, notice the contract came up.
Mm-hmm.
They did a contract of service to come over here. And in the contract of service, if they didn't agree, they just dipped. Why did they stop using pale faces for servants over here?
Yeah, why?
You can't push an agenda called white supremacy, and then the ones you bringing over here to be superiors in bondage.
Yeah. Go ahead.
It takes us back to Django. Samuel L. Jackson owned the house.
Go ahead.
That's why he was always the nigga in the house that told the white folks what to do. All slave movies, Roots, all of them, always a slave in the house that's telling the slave master what to do. And the slave from the field better not try that shit. And you wonder why we don't like house niggas. It ain't that we don't like house niggas. It's just that them niggas own the house. And nobody ain't want to tell us. So the title of this book is called White Cargo. Right? What's the name of the next one? See that? America's Forgotten Slaves, the history of Native American slavery in the New World and the United States. Now, this one I put in there for a different reason. Because slavery wasn't allowed on this land over here. Right? If you read enough Native American history, you'll know it. Because the white man, the so-called white man that's writing, their history is telling us that they don't approve of slaves on their land. Our customs and tradition, you couldn't have a slave. You could have somebody to take in and help them get on their feet and send them about their merry way. But you wasn't allowed to have a slave. We didn't believe in that shit over here. That's why we ain't had no prisons. We ain't need none. Now all of a sudden we need them. What we need them for? Next. So now they try to say Cherokee had slaves and all these other just bullshit. All right, this, you see at the bottom, it say blacks in colonial Latin America. They talking about the servants. They're not talking about the ones who came over here as conquistadors. They the ones came enslaving people. But when you look at the cover, the picture, blow the picture up and see what they're doing in the picture. Now remember, this is supposed to be slaves and servants in the Caribbean. How many pale faces you see?
Maybe one. If they do like a mulatto right here though, but you can't really tell.
For the most part, ain't no pale faces in there. That's because there was niggas that had niggas in slavery.
Damn.
The picture always tell more than the words. And that's why they always want us to focus on the words so we don't look at the pictures. Next. Life in the American colonies, daily lifestyle of the early settlers. Now we know that almost everybody that came on the first 3 ships, the Pinta, the Nina, and the Santa Maria, almost all of them died. Right? So who daily life is a accountant right here?
Right.
They didn't just stop with 3 ships. They kept coming. It kept coming because they want to replace us over here. By putting the pale face out front, you got a fall guy.
Right. Go ahead.
Right. So they learning everything from us as they coming over. But they're coming over as indentures. Right. Look, everybody just about know, it's common knowledge that when the settlers start coming over here, Europe dumped their prisons. Emptied out their brothels, and exiled their religious dissidents, those who did not agree with the church. This is what they teach in basic elementary school.
Okay, go ahead.
And they dumped